Alright, timestamp. February 26, 20. That's the way I feel about it. February 26, 2025. 25. 26. I can read. Let me try that again. February 26th, 2026. Yeah, I've been to all the best schools. 10:40 a.m. Been up a little while. Apparently not long enough. I got waken up by a call from the facility where my dad is. 2 days in a row. My God, you know. They need me to call the VA to get some scripts filled, like re-upped, which is weird because they normally don't have to do that. It's kind of strange. So I'm gonna call down there, and when I get down here, what am I feeling like today? Retiring Sam on the roller coaster, so. Yeah, I don't think there's really a problem with having too many options. Always rather have too many than not enough, you know? Yeah. The winner. I shouldn't say I think, because I know I'm not technically the only one up. And that is simply because I checked Steam. I was trying to figure out if my girl was awake or not. Because honestly, I'm not sure if she's coming today or tomorrow. And, she is currently, because she does like 30-30s too. She's the one that taught me how to do it as a means of keeping focus and all that. The idea that you basically work for 30 minutes, take a 30-minute break of some sort, work for 30 minutes, usually wind up working more than the 30, which isn't a bad thing. And at the end of a 12, 16-hour day, you've actually put in more than an 8-hour shift, you know, that kind of concept. The whole one brick idea really is what it breaks down to. But I saw that she was playing her recent addiction, which is Grounded. Which, if you're not familiar, and that's fine, I only know it because she showed me a trailer for it. It is essentially a survival game with the concept of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You are miniaturized, attempting to survive a world of ants, spiders, build resources. Looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. Yeah. So frequently, because she's at George, I'm here at Leo. That's kind of how I keep tabs on her. If she doesn't text me or whatnot, if I don't hear from her throughout the day. I look on Steam to see if my friends are online playing. I kind of keep that screen, that window up, and check it periodically. Just to make sure my girl's okay, you know? Because I don't want to text her every hour. You alright? You alright? How you doing? How you feel? You know? Apparently Tiny is up also. Tiny is playing Gary's mod. I'm not familiar with the game. I know Tiny plays it a lot, though. That and there are a couple of Star Wars games that frequently get some play. So I know I'm not the only person awake, but I have not seen Tiny emerge from a cave. So I made a pot of vanilla macadamia. Exactly. Scrappy is grooming Janus, and Janus is punching him in the face. Excuse me. If you could hear that whimper sound. Tanner is still running around outside, acting a fool. It was weird with the whole VA thing. Man, I hear Annie on my phone, and my brain thinks the worst, because, you know. Other than that, I woke up to The Face of Evil on the Roku, which Leela's first episode. Good episode too, actually. Not just because it introduces Leela. I know some of you are probably thinking, oh yeah, Leela fetish. I mean, she's amazing, but it's just a pretty interesting episode. And the Sabatine and the Tesh. Yeah, there are a bunch of little things with the Leela arc that I really like Robots of Death. Leela and the Doctor have a... Okay, so she's a descendant of... She's part of the Sabatine tribe, which is a bastardization of the word survey team, and they are at war with the Tesh, which are the technicians. Ship crash landed, technicians stayed with the ship, survey team went out, and eventually two tribes sprang up, giving you the really short version of it. So the Tesh are all about technology, even though they really don't understand it that much either anymore. And the Sabatine have become very Lord of the Flies tribal. Robots of Death, which is the next episode or the next episode, I don't know. It's like your second or third episode. And it's one that I adore. I love that episode. The Doctor starts doing some techno babble, and Leela says, when you start talking, you sound like a Tesh. And he says, thank you, or something like that, and she says, that is not a compliment. What I'm getting at here is, I love the fact that within that episode, they give no explanation for whatever it is the hell she just said. If you didn't see the other one, you're going to be going, Tesh? What is she talking about? Dan. You ready? Good job. Circus dog. But they do a lot of that with Leela's arc, storyline, whatever you want to call it. And I love it because it shows a progression for her as a character, and at the same time it doesn't take that extra beat to do exposition that would seem out of place. And they also don't force dialogue into her mouth that would be out of place. You know what I mean? You know, she didn't say you sound like an intellectual snob, because those aren't words that a hunter from the Seva team would use. Makes sense? They really stay true to her character from a writing standpoint. I really like that. She says something in Robots of Death makes me... I may actually look it up to see if it's an actual, like, quote from some other real historical source. But she's patching somebody up, being very, very tender and nice and all that. And I think the person she's patching up asks, where did you learn to do that? And or thanks her for doing it or whatever. And she says, there's a saying in my village, if you're bleeding, look for a man with scars. Kind of folksy, I like it. But yeah, that's one that I've actually wanted to look up for a while just to see if, you know what I mean, is that a quote from, Last of the Mohicans or something, and I just don't realize it. I don't know. If you're bleeding, look for a man with scars. Okay. Yeah. Good advice. Good advice. Yep. Health check. It's almost like I've been having a panic attack for about 45 minutes. Oh yeah, I've been having a panic attack for 45 minutes. Something about waking up to that ringtone. That's fine. I mean, as can be at the moment. Oi. Just looked at me and tap danced away. It's good, but I shouldn't try and breathe it. I even saw a video on that recently. As far as I know, I don't have dementia yet. Oh. Trying to inhale my food. Speaking of, probably gonna have some more yogurt, and the baby bananas are still decent. They're holding, so I'm probably gonna have another yogurt and a baby banana for breakfast. I really hit the spot yesterday. That was good. So simple, but so good. Splitting up those 4-packs with my girl works out pretty well, because I don't get an overload of one flavor, and I'm making sure that she doesn't either, and we both get, good stuff. Definitely need to reload on it when we go to Aldi, but that's probably today or tomorrow. I don't even know. Again, I'm not sure if she's coming over today or tomorrow. I don't know. Sure. I just know Grounded. All week. I check on her. Grounded. Currently playing Grounded. Alright. online, hour later, playing Grounded. That's my girl. I did. So I have some saved searches on eBay. And every morning they send me, hey, we found this for you. And 90% of the time it has 1 out of 3 keywords, so it's not actually what I'm looking for. But they want to try and encourage sales, so they'll, shove everything into your face like an advertisement. However, today, somebody put up, and I think I showed you, but it's been a long time, the really tall Scooby figures. They're from Equity, and they came out in 1999 and 2000, or 2000 and 2001. And they did, all 5 of the main characters and a couple of the. It was they came in I think singles and or 2-packs, where you get Scooby-Doo and the Wolfman or something like that, and they're larger. And I don't have the villains, but I have the kids, except Daphne. And I've had that search going for months. 2000 Equity Daphne 8, because I think she's an 8-inch figure. And it'll send me everything that has, Daphne or 8, or, Equity and 8. It tries to match up as many keywords as it can, so it can shove me 20 products every morning that are not relevant. And I'll frequently get a big list of Daphne, Scooby-Doo figures and whatnot, but none of the 8-inch. It'll just be a bunch of the 4-inch or something like that. It's very clearly not what I'm asking for, but again, they make money when things sell, so they want to try and, how about this? Would you like this? Fresh fish, you catch them, you buy them, that kind of presentation. Somebody listed one though, and I've seen 3 in the past 3 months, 4 months. 2 of them were mint in pack, just the single figure, and I think she comes with a furniture piece or something like that. They all come with a prop or 2. The Shaggy comes with a lantern, the Velma comes with a flashlight. They come with stuff. And I think Daphne comes with a haunted furniture piece or something like that. I don't know. I don't care about that. I just want the figure. So I've seen 2 that were in package, and they were $50. That's more than I'm willing to pay. The third one, they only wanted 20, but her arm was gone, missing, from the elbow down or something. Nah, I'm not really one to make a custom, try and fabricate an arm. Could I? If I were set up in my own workshop, yeah, wouldn't be too big a deal. It'd be a pain in the butt, but I could do it. So I still passed on that, because it still would have been $35 to get it broken. Somebody listed one today for it was $14 with $6 shipping, so basically $20 loose, but it looked clean, perfect, no props, no accessories, don't care. So I saw that this morning and immediately pushed the button, because I had the email, and one of my concerns was, I'm going to open this, but somebody else may have already grabbed it. And you press the button, it'll say, "Oop, already sold." Hadn't sold. So as long as nothing goes awry, I will have completed that side quest. That's cool. That's right. Let's try this again. Yeah. I was pretty sure it was good already, because of what it is and all that, but I was too busy choking to be able to savor it. Right. Mm-hmm. And that is my favorite coffee in the world. It's a Kauai vanilla macadamia. It's in a blue bag. Has like a hula dancer kind of character in the front. It's like their mascot logo, whatnot. They do make some other flavors too. Um, it's a like coconut one that's pretty good, but the vanilla macadamia. Shut up and take my money. I don't make it every day, number one, because I'd never be able to enjoy all of it anyway, because, kids. But I also don't want to ruin the specialness of it. If it was my everyday coffee, it might become boring, and I never want that. That is too good. And it's not crazy pricing-wise. Enjoy the little things. Find the joy. All that, right? So I got some phone calls to make this morning. I'll try and connect with Amy, see if I can get stuff going on the account front. I think I can get that worked out. I want to try and get it worked out by the end of the week, though. Today's Thursday, so I think I can. And I need to up a couple of Dad's meds, which is weird. I've been called by the VA before to verify sending out of meds, but the facility itself has never actually called me and said, hey, can you order these? And I know there are things that are on his prescription list, but I normally don't have to, be the intermediary here. Normally it's pretty much a done deal. It's curious. A little bit of food prep to do today. And just continue on the garage. We've been going through totes and boxes and repacking and one brick, trying to keep moving forward. This place is, but it's a finite amount. And that we got to keep reminding ourselves it's a finite amount. We will get through it because it is not an infinite amount. But it does feel a little bit like pushing the boulder uphill. But have to remind ourselves that we know this is going to take over a year. We know that. When we start looking at it as a 1-week project, yeah, that's going to be frustrating as hell. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got that too. Like going over my list. My list is over here. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, I did that. I still got to put a doorknob on that back door. I probably need to do that while Tiny's out and about in case I need somebody to play goalie. Thinking about that. In case I have to have the door open or whatnot, I don't need shenanigans. I could probably barricade myself into that area though. I don't know. The deadbolt's functioning, so we're kind of okay. If it were a front door, we'd have real issues, but just, this place, man. Bam, I can't even. So I've got a couple of sales to pack too. Got a small Scooby lot and oh yeah, a Zuru mini brands lot to pack up. It was a HBC. It's like the HBC ones, health, beauty, cosmetic. They're really, really cool, the mini brands, but they're actually even too big to really work with, like, my wife's Barbie stuff. They're just, scale-wise, they're just too big. But, like, they've got cans of, like, Barbasol and, like, suntan oil and shampoo and stuff like that. And it's mini, it's small. It's not, 1-1 scale, but they're still, like, way bigger than, what is that, 1/6? Like a Barbie, I think, is 1/6. They're still too big for that. Scale-wise, the Barbasol can would be, like, as big as a 2-liter for a regular human. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that's not. It's hard to make that work in your mind when you're trying to do dioramas and sets and things like that. So a lot of those I've got up, like, group listings, lots and stuff. And one of them sold. Gotta pack that. It's a terrible problem to have. Terrible. Oh, what's the point of it? And I sold a couple of Scooby-Doo, the bendy, the rubber bendy figures. I think it was the Velma and the Shaggy. I think I have like a Fred and a Shaggy and a Velma and a Shaggy up right now. Just, I'd got them in different mixed lots. I don't care about that kind of figure, so relist pair. Kaiser is screaming at Tiny. I think it's open the door. Let me in. Pretty sure that's what that's about. Oh man. I could really do without my current alarm clock system. Normally I get up when I get up, because I normally don't oversleep. I normally undersleep, if anything. Getting waken up like that, I do not care for that. It sets me on edge for a while because of what I know it might be. Heart immediately starts to jackrabbit. I feel, yeah, pretty much. I feel kind of that cold sweat, that dread. Answering the phone, half expecting. I'm really sorry to have to call you to tell you this, but, because my brain's already 3 sentences ahead. Because there aren't many reasons for you to call me, Everything else is under control, so scripting is weird. I'll get it worked out, but we don't normally have to do that. What changed? You know what I mean? He's been there 9 months. What? Oh, I'm still not AI. I saw my own jerky movement in the camera, and I figured I better mention that. I am still a smartass. Well, that's still a thing. So, that helped. Alright. But, not enough, apparently. We good? I'm going to enjoy my coffee for a little bit. I've been watching Adam Mark Explores. I really dig his channel. He does like old building explorers and or paranormal investigations. And he's not crazy over the top like Travel Channel, like, oh, I'm being possessed, ooh, I got demons running all through me. Well, how you doing? You know, he's not, he takes it seriously, he has fun with it, but at the same time, you know, and he debunks stuff that he sees. If he's like, you know, that door closed, and then he'll check around and see, is there a draft, is there a reason that door closed, you know, which I like that. There's enough BS out there, we don't need to add to it. And I mean that in about every sphere. Just be truthful, you know. We got enough crap. We're full up here. But yes, I watch paranormal investigations to relax. I'm a well person. No, I'm okay. I'm alright. Been a rough 3 years, but I'm okay. Curious about the SLS cameras. They seem pretty neat. I'll explain that next time or something. I don't know how they worked where you could get a false reading, other than if there's stuff in the room that has enough of a shape to where it gets confused. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. I'll explain it like next one or something. I'm intrigued by it. As a hunting tool, it's interesting. Anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna get on my bricks. I'm gonna hit the bricks. Alright. You know the mantra by now. Maybe you don't. First time? I don't know. Feel free to hit the like button. We can comment, chat. You can share. I don't know why you'd want to. This is kind of, I do an odd channel and I know that. Speaking of an odd channel, State of the Union. Boy, that was a good one, right? I didn't watch it. I just saw the highlights and whatnot. That man cannot tell the truth about anything. Of course, if he did, he'd be in even more trouble. You ever see somebody and you're just like, man, a little sodium pentothal, just sit him in a chair for a couple hours and watch the felonies roll out of the mouth. Yeah. I'm really glad he's in charge right now. I feel so much safer. Anyway, this day will come. Hug your parents, even if they voted for him. Hug your kids. Make it a great day.